Hello Capricorn, how are you? This is Lilou Jane and my guides and I are here to do a reading for you, and they said your guides are here to do a reading for you because it is a great big unity field of energy that we are working through, in which them and I are all in the unity field together, harmonizing our energies to bring through the message for you. Okay, we are starting by working with my blended pack of Gods and Titans and the Mermaid Oracle, and I've been shuffling it and blending the packs since before I didn't turn the video on, my guides did. It just started all by itself. They do it all the time. They just make it start. So it just started. So I thought, oh, okay, we're on. All right, Capricorn, let's see what we've got here. What do the guides, your guides in particular, wish to have happen for you in this reading? What do they wish to say? Well, I'd like you to draw the cards out so be very, very clear, please. I'd love that if you would do that. Thank you, guys. Very, very good. Oh, can you excuse me 1 minute while I let my dog out? 1 sec. Won't be long. Come on, man. Okay. Good boy. He was pacing. He needed to go out. Okay, let's go. He doesn't often do that, so... He's a very patient dog, a very quiet dog. Okay, let's keep going. All right, one more of these. And we're going to shuffle again. Yes, okay, we're ready. Here we go. Here we go, Capricorn. Here we go. All right, you'd like this one? Flow. They would like this one, flow. Yes, that's your first card, your first energy. They said the first energy of this reading is the flowing energy. They would like you to understand that you need to flow and let the renewal of your energy field come through. You are a little bit potentially stuck in... They said don't be polite. You've just been a little bit stuck in some energy from the past paradigm, which could be yesterday. And new energy is flowing in because we are in the process of absorbing new energy that's coming from the sun down into our energy field and upgrading our molecular functions and alignments and geometric formation. And it's allowing our molecules to take on more electrons, they said. So there we go. Don't be an obstacle to your own ascension. This is Ganesha. So we had Poseidon with flow. We had Osiris with renew. The new energy is flowing toward you, Capricorn, and it's coming to renew you, give you a renewal of your alignments, your geometric alignments of your all your atoms and molecules, and of course your DNA, which is of course molecules, and atomic structures, which are all geometrically formed. And so the geometry will change if you add in more electrons and create new connections, faster connections, connections that are more adherent to your original source creation of what you're meant to be like. Don't be an obstacle to yourself now, and be careful for any obstacles that stop your energy from flowing. Relax and let it flow. You can start, if you don't know where to start with that, you could try just getting out and getting your feet onto some grass or into some sand on the beach or into some water in a creek. That sounds nice, doesn't it? And be inventive about the ways you can get your energy flowing and get yourself ready to receive the upgrading. And don't let it stall for you. Let it come through and let it do its job for you. Be prepped. Prep yourself. for the upgrade. Oh yes, Coral's wisdom. These are things that are done over time, over great time. So over time, bit by bit, increment by increment, they said, you are receiving upgrading energies which allow your whole energetic and microbiotic and elemental system to function better, smarter, faster, with more synchronicity with your connections. Now, in order for synchronicity to happen, you need to let your energy flow. They recommend physical activity and dancing, doing gardening, going for walks, exercising, all these sorts of things. Coral's wisdom is about the colony, delicacy, fragility, works that are created over a great period of time. And you are in the process of being a work that is creating a new upgrading of yourself, a growth from within. It's not a changing out of what you are. It's an empowering and a lightening up and an allowing of what you are. And then the mirror came out with that card, Know Thyself, self-examination, seeing who you really are. And this is what it is, empowering and allowing for yourself. So it's like giving yourself energy. So know yourself and ask, am I stuck in a little bit of a rut of some sort or am I distracted? Am I highly focused on things? And by doing that, am I creating a lower vibrational energy for myself? And do I need to be 100%? Whoops, excuse me, that jumped out of my hand. One sec. They said, we want you to talk about this card. So just allow yourself to loosen up, be free. Loosen up and be free. That's the feeling I'm getting, just like dislodging something that's stuck. Okay, receptivity. Allow yourself to receive and allow yourself to give, and that is the flow that will help you to go forward. Flow and go forward. So allowing yourself to receive and allowing yourself to give is the energetic flow instigation, they said. So you will have, that's your mode of apparatus by which you can do this loosening up. Because you might say, well, I don't know what to do. How do I loosen up and flow? What am I doing wrong? What do I do to fix something? I don't think I've got my finger on it. I don't know. Well, it's easy, they said. Allow yourself to give and allow yourself to receive, and you're already starting to let your energies flow more. And the transition is going to happen, and that's come underneath the obstacles. So there's an obstacle to your transition of upgrading. The Death card is a transition card. It's the end of an old paradigm. And what is it? It's standing in the way of something has been an obstacle for your transition, an upgrading of yourself, your improved functioning, just letting more electrons flow, more connections. And I can just see like connections and synapses in your brain connecting, and the DNA connecting in more ways and smarter ways. You know how they go on about all that junk DNA? They reckon there's junk DNA because there isn't, and they've proven that it isn't now. But some people haven't caught up with the science. But there's DNA that needs to be reconnected. It's there, and it's going to be able to reconnect it because it's getting a little bit of supercharge. So you need to loosen up all your energies and yourself and your mindset and allow yourself to do the homeward bound flow into pure synchronicity and balance. This card says arrival, journey's end, establishment, building and settling, and that comes underneath your inventiveness energy. Underneath Coral's wisdom comes telepathy, non-verbal communication, energetic pulses and mind reading, and you are starting to upgrade energetically in your perceptivity, your perception, your intuitive comprehension. It's not like woo-woo intuition. It's just more faculties coming online. That's all it is. Okay, there's the card of travel, which is interesting. Garuda and Shiva together, and they are buddies. They work together, Garuda and Shiva. they come together. Garada is the transportation, the bird, this crazy and wild being that Shiva rides. So, is it Shiva? I think it is Shiva. Yeah. Garada, moving forward, transport, allow yourself to move forward and destroy obstacles, destroy barriers that stop you from having a happy life, receiving and giving. What's unseen? That's what you worry about. So we've got obstacles, death, and the unseen, which is too much is hidden from you. So you're a little bit wary or afraid. You're in a state of apprehension. Ooh, I don't know what's going to happen. That feeling. So if you're in a state of apprehension, it's time for you to find ways out of that. The inventiveness card has come with homeland, which is arrival, the journey's end. You're going to find your way to get to where you want to be. Find your way to overcome apprehension and fear of what you can't see, because Capricorns like to be in control. And it's hard in this life because this is the life of you can't really be in control, this world. So it can be the obstacle to you, your need to control, and you need to let people help you. Maybe that's something that you're not really loosened up about. Keep on going and keep on that endurance and find your way through the mental looping that might be causing you to not feel the flow. Guys, that's a big bunch. Golly gosh. Okay, let's see what you delivered all the way down there on the ground. Thank you so much. Okay. In Rama, they said we wanted to do it with a flamboyant flair. We're just being flamboyant, they said. In Rama, wonder voyage, crossing deep waters, pilgrimage, journey of the soul. Okay, so here we have it. Coral's wisdom. The slow and delicate process of your deliverance from being stale and stuck in the mud. And for you to be the fullness of you in like energetic. I can see all these little things moving around, all your cells and all your little mitochondria, and they're all really energized, like they've all taken a barocca. That's what it feels like. And your ability to pick up on the world and pick up on stuff telepathically is really expanding and growing. And it's a part of your wonder voyage. Now, the wonder voyage comes in just down below homeland, but in a angle across the deck, which I've forgotten what that means, what that word is. I'm a bit funny lately. Okay, now, right, let me have a look what else we've got there. So you are on a journey. There is travel coming, right? And you're on a journey to destroy the things that block you, because one of them is the fear of being in the dark, of not knowing. But you've got to be enduring, because this is your journey of your soul. You are crossing deep waters, and it takes some work and time. Now, the key point here is patience. It takes time. Now, perfection isn't something that is a real thing that's achievable. Perfection can be you being able to perform your duties as you are, in the form you are. And what you bring is your mind and your personality, and who you are is what performs the perfection. This is the story of Nuada, and he was a Celtic king. Now my dog's barking at the door. A Celtic king, and in battle he lost his hand. And the rule of the tribe was that his clan was that the king had to be fully capable and fully physically well and able, and he wasn't one. He had lost his hand. They put another guy in, and he was lousy at the job, and they lost battles, and they lost a lot of men. So Nuada, the great leader, came back, and they made a false arm that he has on here, a pretend arm, which enabled him to hold his weapons. And once again, they had their highly skilled, highly qualified leader back in charge, and that's what they needed. So that's the story about perfection is not necessarily just what on the surface people see. Perfection is an illusion. What you're capable of and what you can deliver and what you are and what you do is really what matters. You have friendship, allies, compatible souls and loyalty and joy and delight, and that is about sisterhood. So there is a clan or a group of you are in, and they are with you and they support you, and you don't need to be alone, and they could be your spirit guides. Appreciate the joy and enjoy the lunar lights and cycles of light coming through. Here we go. Your guides. Can you excuse me one more? I'm so sorry. If I stop the video, sometimes it doesn't start again. I'll be very quick. Remy, come. I leave the door open for him. I don't like to leave the door open because the frogs come in. They're sneaky, those frogs. We've got frogs everywhere. Okay, so what the guides are saying here is there are cycles of the moon. It's a cyclic process of the sun, a cyclic process. I'm just picking up the fifth dimensional imagery and reading in my mind, which is often images. The cyclic processes of the solar downloads. It's such a cliche nowadays, that word, but it is. The solar deliverance of energy to you that empowers and enlivens and does the Barocca vitamin B supercharged job on your body, that comes in cycles, and that is coming through now. And what we need for you to do is to allow you to progress on your life path, on your journey, and destroy any obstacles that might stand in your way. Because what is unseen is going to be seen and understood more, and you're going to feel like you have a better grip on things through this downloading of upgrading energetic frequencies that help to connect all the little cells, all the little mitochondria going, and connect your DNAs primarily, connect your DNA. Time and Tide came out, and that says ocean spells and rituals, and what it means is what you empower, what you focus upon, what you enable with your mind is what you will do and experience. If you're the little train that says I can, then you can climb that hill. If you're the little train that says I can't, then you will go backwards. So it's about you just being the positive moving forward engine in your life. These ones, you want these ones. Here we go, Vishnu, balance. And, so, okay, this is Vishnu. I thought it was Vishnu, not Shiva. Shiva's very similar looking. He's a destroyer. And he breaks down obstacles and blocks. And Vishnu travels with Garuda. And of course, now I've got the Vishnu card has come to sit with the Garuda card, and it is to bring balance. And what you're doing is trying to bring balance to your life, and that's what your process is, and that's what the advice from your guides, your sisterhood guides. Their next advice, apart from allowing yourself to give and receive, is to allow yourself to have a water flight experience of being light and going with the flow. Here we go, back again, back with flow. Let your energy flow. Heaviness lifts, burdens are cast away, and weightlessness is the experience you will have. And that's what happens when you bring balance, when you allow the destruction of obstacles and allow the destruction of fear and anxiety over what is unseen and what you don't know. Allow that to fall away. Let this cyclic energetic frequency enlivenment of your DNA come through and create more balance within you. That's what's happening to you. If you feel like you just don't know what's going on with you. That is what's happening with you. We're moving quickly to the Elemental Oracle for some more cards that they would like. Okay. All right. Okay. West. Completion. Okay. This is a picture of somebody's brain and it's all lit up. And someone's putting a puzzle piece in there to complete the picture, the missing sequence of connections, right? That's all in relation to it. Passion. The soul. This is about enabling your soul and setting your soul free as it exists and functions in 3D. As it functions into and emits and emanates into this third dimensional existence of materiality, they said, your soul is functioning through your body, which has come together and coalesced at your soul's intent. And your passion can flow through it once you continue to accept the energy which is going to give you the missing pieces to an energetic puzzle that allows things and the connectivity to happen. Rock. Endurance. Here we go. Endurance twice. Capricorn, hang in there. Be enduring. They said be endurant. So sometimes they tell me words and they sound very close. It must be the new language of the fifth density. It's just our language is a bit on the cocky side, isn't it, compared to what it could be. So the rock, it's about this beautiful tree and it's growing on a very strong rooted system on a rock. And it has felt alone and it's doing its best. And there is the universe around it and it's alone in the universe, it thinks. And it feels like it's just hanging on there, growing, and it's alone. And they're saying, have endurance. This says endurance. You can't see the little words, but they're there. Endurance. Hard for you to see. This is endurance. You need to enlist your endurance to get yourself through this upgrade, which is going to make you feel so much better. You're going to feel so much better. Now, I don't know why this card came out. I just have been drawn back to look at it again. Now, I sat it down over Ganesha. Now, the obstacle, another obstacle. So we've got Ganesha. We're picking out the obstacles for you to know and be aware of so you can get rid of them. Hades, which is death, which is not death, it is the transition. And a fear of the unseen, which is what's blocking you from your transition. And anger and rage is how that fear is manifesting. And so they would like to say to you, dear one, dear, very beautiful Capricorn, for your own sake, for yourself, be aware that the anger and transition comes from fear of the unseen, the uneasiness, the anxiety and insecurity that comes from not knowing what's coming ahead of you. And that can make you snappy. So you will do better if you can find a way to, yes, it can make you snappy and it goes off like a bushfire. And boom, have you got a little bit of a hot temper? I got a little bit of a hot temper, but I do try to work at getting it in line. Okay. Now, hot temper, fire energy attracts more fire energy to you. It doesn't allow you to take on the balance and the beautiful water flow. So you need to let this, so we've had 2 cards of flow, right? Flowing and letting go. Flowing and letting going, they said. They're just so good with the words. They just, yeah, I'm sorry, you're very interesting words. And then we've got Typhon, anger and rage, and bushfire. And then we had 2 cards which were endurance. There's 2 things. Your this anger, rage suddenly snaps in, and it's a enduring programming emotional response cycle that can be happening, and you don't want it. Probably I think you don't want it, you hate it, and it just takes over like that, and it's not a triggering that you want. But this card is this endurance. There was 2 endurance cards, and they have a double meaning for you. The obstacle, which is based on fear and uncertainty and imbalance, endures, but you need to also enlist the endurance in a determination to relax, let go, and flow. The answer to the fire is water. The opposite. So we've got the 2 fire, hot, burning, rigid, aggressive energies that just all consuming, too much burning up of your energy burns up too quickly and exhausts you. And then you've got the flowing energy, which allows the energy to stay within you and nourish you. So it's going to take something for you to just switch and get out of those cycles, to get your balance in your daily life and in your response time. So don't get triggered so much. You don't want to get triggered. It's easy to say, oh, don't get triggered. So here's your passion. Now you could have this person's crying their passion. So maybe you need to have a little cry. Let out some of that energy. That's a release. Attraction, magnetism. What are you magnetizing toward you, Capricorn? What's magnetized toward Capricorn? Building and change. So here we have building and change, our atoms and the wind. And I've been talking about the atoms. The beautiful energy and the waves and the frequencies that are coming in that are giving you the Barocca treatment are working with your atoms. And see this person in the little boat, and it's called Atom, and it's about building. And we're rebuilding your endurance for handling things without getting triggered, they said. We're working with you to help you to not be cranky, snappy, and taken over by the bushfire of rage, which leaves you feeling depleted, burnt out yourself. And you don't want that. So this is about helping you. Now change is coming on the wind. Change. The change is coming. You see how it looks a little bit like a Wizard of Oz kind of experience, isn't it? It's got everything all wrapped up in this circling spiral, which has in the past reminded me of a whirlwind. But it is a wind of change, and it's bringing a whole new life, a whole new world with it. And it's more about your perception of the world that you're in. That's what's changing, your perception. Because when you change the way you perceive things, then it doesn't trigger you because you're not seeing it the same way. It's like if someone was triggered by the colour red and people changed the lighting so that red looked like blue, they wouldn't be triggered by red anymore. They would only be triggered by nothing. There'd be nothing to trigger them because there's no more red. So it's like that. Your vision, your view needs to change of how you see things and experience them. The trigger, oh no, falling into a deep energy of, I can just about feel it. That some people watching this video, something happens and they go, oh, and they fall into this drop of energy, which then ignites into this fear, which turns into rage, anger, going off. Now, if you see everything as less important and more on the level, everything's sort of more the same of importance, not so deep. You see things deeply, right? Don't let everything be so deep. Then you can start to sculpt and change your responses so you don't fall into that red flag zone. Okay. Connection, the biome. Here you are on the top of this little biome world. There you are. You're a part of a sphere of life of the world. You're not separate too. You're a part of all of it. And there's a little bit of red color there, like there's been some fires burning in the back of there. And you got to tap into and look toward this beautiful world here, which is your world, and focus on that. Change your focus. That's what it is. Change your focus. When you feel something happens that's going to make your fires start to ignite and flare up, it's time to think about something else. And you can start to train yourself to think about being on the beach, your toes in the sand, feeling the sand, the grass, a breeze on the top of a hill where there's nothing around you and all you can do is feel the breeze and see forever in a big panoramic view. That's a good one for letting go of all the things, the constructs that trigger you. Just see those beautiful videos of there's lots of people have been putting out meditation videos, visualization of you dropping an energy cord or a root, or some people say a tail, which doesn't work for me at all, but all those things down into the earth to connect to Gaia and allow her to take the energy that doesn't work for you, because Gaia can take it all because she's pretty big. She can handle it, and send that energy down. And she can also send back beautiful calming life, growth and electrons and energy, which helps to calm your mind and your energy field. Here we go. Adventure south. This is somebody taking the adventure of change into a whole new way of being through this portal. It's happening quickly, and maybe some of the triggering is because it's happening so quickly you feel unstable and unbalanced, and the movement is fast. This change is fast. You need, like I just said, you need to ground yourself. You need the gravity of the earth. The gravity of the earth is everything to do with your manifesting as a third density person, third dimension person. You need to know that, take refuge in it and accept it, and ground yourself down into the earth, because that is your reason for being here. And this is about being grounded, as I just described. I like a beautiful golden cord. So I like to connect my chakras with the golden cord. And I like to allow my heart chakra, which is a big super engine, portal engine to the universal God source code energy, which we are swimming in. And my heart is the interactive communication port to the God source energy, as is yours. I let my heart energy be the main center energy, and it has a brain on the physical heart, so that heart energy is informing the brain on my heart, which is scientifically proven, and that brain talks to the servant of my heart, which is my brain in my head. So I connect a cord up and I connect a cord down, but the king of it all is my heart. And that goes down through my chakras, down into Gaia, and I can send love. Allow yourself to give and receive. I send love, and I allow her to cleanse out any energies that might be blocks, disturbances, or downers, or little bushfires starting up. Let them all go down, and then I let her send beautiful healing, cooling, love energy, green energy up and through to help me commune and ground into Gaia. Give that a go. Okay, wildness, electricity. Now this energy is coming into you and it feels like a crazy wild trip, okay? And let it come through, and if you feel like it's too much, do that visualization I just told you and let any excess energy flow down into the planet, not out through your temper. And that will help you to handle it and not have that awful experience of losing your temper, which you don't enjoy at all. Yes. And here we go, the soothing energy, vicinity, rain. And this is the energy. So we have electricity and we have rain. And this is the energy of the earth calming you and helping you balance and handle these upgrades. And that's what she's here to do for you. That's very beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so dear ones, we would love to thank you. we love to thank you so much for being here with us today for this reading. And we hope that you watch it a few times to take it all in, because there was a few twists and turns and information and a few important key points to help you. This lovely reading we've given the guides and I with much love and appreciation for you, wanting to support you. I'm very grateful. We all are very grateful if you like our videos. Thank you so much for the people who have liked our videos. Thank you. And we'd love it if you want to subscribe so you are able to receive our videos, and click the little bell. When they come through, you can get them easily. Okay, well, I'm going to go now, and I will see you next time. Thank you, Capricorn, and good luck with your grounding and comprehending what's happening to you. Bye.